Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker is an absolutist on abortion. He supports a nationwide ban with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. So a new report that he paid for a woman's abortion in 2009 hit his campaign like a truck. The story was published 5 weeks before the midterm elections, with control of the Senate on the line. The former football star has denied the report, but the Trump-backed nominee is facing backlash from his own family. Robert Costa has more from Atlanta.
He gets on Twitter, he lies about it. Okay, I'm done. Done. Everything has been a lie.
Christian Walker, the son of Georgia Republican Herschel Walker, blasted his father after the Daily Beast reported the Senate candidate who opposes abortion rights allegedly paid for a girlfriend's abortion in 2009. The unidentified woman supported her claim with a $575 receipt from an abortion clinic and a signed $700 personal check from Walker to cover expenses. She told the Daily Beast she came forward because of Walker's stance on abortion, saying, "I just can't with the hypocrisy anymore. We all deserve better." Walker, who prayed with supporters this morning at an Atlanta event, has denied the allegation.
I never asked anyone to get an abortion. I never paid for an abortion, and it's a lie. I send money to a lot of people.
Walker's son, a conservative TikTok influencer, posted several times since the story broke, denouncing his father's campaign.
He has 4 kids, 4 different women, wasn't in the house raising one of them. He was out having sex with other women. Do you care about family values?
Conservative analysts say the coming days could be critical for the embattled Republican, who trails incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock by just 2 points.
I think the campaign is definitely in turmoil. They were caught off guard. What they do in the next 48 hours will make or break it.
But voters we spoke to today said the bombshell allegation might not have much of an impact.
He has told untruths enough that what is one more untruth?
Do you believe Georgia Republicans will stand with Herschel Walker regardless of these allegations?
I think so.
Robert Costa is now with us from Atlanta, and also we're joined by congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane, who's in Washington. Bob, I'll start with you. The Herschel Walker revelation isn't just about this campaign. It could also be another data point in the evolution of Republican voter attitudes about the personal character of candidates. Republicans used to care about that issue a lot. It had changed a lot with the Trump candidacy. Where do you see the Walker revelations fitting into that larger storyline?
Talking to voters here in Atlanta today, John, it was evident that many Republicans still have a grievance approach when it comes to these types of allegations, a deep skepticism, a grievance with what they perceive as the mainstream media, with Democratic attacks. Even though these are reports from the Daily Beast, they have rallied to Herschel Walker's side. And you see this across the country. Those who have echoed former President Donald Trump with his false claims about the 2020 election, who have echoed his spirit politically in many ways, have found voters coming to them on the right wing of the Republican Party again and again, whether it's in Arizona or Ohio or down here in Georgia.
Scott, speaking of the former president, an official working for the National Archives warned that Donald Trump's legal team warned his legal team in 2021, May of 2021, that the archives was missing a number of records. What can you tell us about that and what was released this Monday?
Another twist in this case of these records from Mar-a-Lago, John. Let me give you a peek behind the curtain, first of all. At least 50 journalists, myself included, filed Freedom of Information Act requests with the National Archives to gather what they have records-wise and correspondence-wise in their pursuit of these Mar-a-Lago documents. And in response to that, they have now opened this web portal on their website to post all the information they're ready to disseminate to the public, to all of us requesters, about this effort. And what they have just posted is correspondences between the archives and Trump's lawyers from May 2021, asking they search for and return documents the archives believed were missing. Those correspondences went a year and 3 months before the search warrant was executed on Mar-a-Lago, giving you some indication of the bandwidth here, the breadth of time that was between their request and the actual search and the execution and seizure of those records. And what's more, if you look to the correspondences, John, you really can see they're really being cordial and going out of their way to say, we understand things can be chaotic at the end of a presidential term. We understand things are tricky right now. Do the search so we can get these back promptly. And that happened 15 months before the FBI arrived on site to get the documents themselves.
And Scott, quickly, these are available for anybody to look at on the web?
On the archives website, and they will continue to add records that are requested by the public because they're getting so many requests. Obviously, interest is paramount here.
Sure. People can do it at home reporting. Bob, back to the campaign trail. The Walker race is so important because the margin couldn't be any closer in the Senate. Republicans need to just net one seat, pick up one seat from Democrats to take control of the Senate. So if you had to point our viewers towards a couple of races that you're paying particular attention to, what would you pick?
You have to pay attention to Georgia first and foremost, because there's only going to be one debate next Friday night in Savannah, Georgia. Can Senator Raphael Warnock pull off a win against a Republican who's backed by former President Trump and now facing this new allegation? Herschel Walker has also faced past allegations about his conduct in domestic settings. You have to also look to Ohio. Can the populist Democrat Tim Ryan beat the Trump-backed J.D. Vance, a conservative and author who wrote Hillbilly Elegy? He has increasingly aligned himself with the Trump and Peter Thiel wing of the Republican Party, that more libertarian, business-friendly, Trump-friendly confine of the GOP. And you also have to really pay attention to Pennsylvania. What a marquee race that has become, with Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, who suffered a stroke earlier this year, running against the celebrity Dr. Mehmet Oz, a very closely contested race in my home state, the Keystone State.
And polls look like they might be tightening a little bit in that race, which has Democrats I talked to nervous. They thought that Fetterman was running away with that. Scott, let me finish with you. Turning to the January 6th investigation, it is hard to keep them all straight. Why is the House Select Committee asking a federal judge to review emails from a former Trump legal advisor, John Eastman, and remind us who he is?
Yeah, this is an 11th hour push from this January 6th Select Committee, which expires at the end of the calendar year. They have only a matter of weeks left. They want more emails from John Eastman, that legal advisor who got the ear of the former president in the final weeks of the presidency and drafted that memo to block the electoral count January 6th, about which Bob reported so much. The Eastman emails that have already been received by this committee have been of some assistance to the committee, so they want more. They're arguing John Eastman is using privilege a little too loosely to hold back records that he should hand over. And they provided a couple examples in a court filing overnight. One of the examples of a document they say Eastman withheld under privilege was a photo showing the size of a crowd at a Trump event with a handwritten note from the former president commenting on the crowd size. They say if John Eastman's going to invoke privilege to hold this type of thing back, what else is he holding back that we should get our hands on? Really is a sprint to the finish for this January 6th committee. They're running out of time quickly.
And delay may be part of that privilege claim. Quickly, Scott, update us on what happened to the Oath Keepers trial on Tuesday.
Day 2 of this trial, FBI agent back on the stand testifying in the Justice Department making this case. This was a planned attack, that they were expecting violence and were plotting to block the peaceful transfer of power. All 5 defendants, including the Oath Keepers founder, Stuart Rhodes, at the table wearing suits. They pleaded not guilty, and they should get comfortable at that table. This trial's going to go 6 to 7 weeks, and Rhodes is expected to testify.
All right, Robert Costa on the campaign trail in Atlanta and Scott MacFarlane in Washington. Thank you both.